Hello, everyone, and welcome to Country to Country with me, Country with Celine and Tyler from Dirt Road Country. Our guest today is making his mark in the country music scene. Nearly 500,000 total followers on TikTok and Instagram, millions of streams on his songs, and the newest Highway Find. And he just released a new single. Please welcome Chase Wright. Chase, how are you doing?
What's up? I'm doing great. Finally got music back out in the world after like almost a year. And so, yeah, definitely really happy about that.
Yes, no, for sure. But before we dive into that, we have to chat about the Highway Find. How was that experience? And has it finally sit in that you are the Highway Find?
Goodness gracious. Well, so there's been a couple times in my life I can count on one hand that I've been genuinely surprised. And that was one of those times where I was actually speechless. And it's funny, like I had no idea. I was asking so many questions and I was always kind of skeptical. I was like, okay, I listen to the program all the time. I know that they only bring new artists in if they're going to reveal something. They like to be the ones to surprise. And so I was like, man, what could they possibly be telling me? And I was asking my team, like, what if they say I'm a Highway Find? And my manager's like, I wouldn't get your hopes up. They didn't seem like it was going to be about that or whatever. They just wanted to bring you in, ask a couple questions, whatever, get to know new artists and this and that. I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, I'm just happy to be there. And so they finally, or we went there, and then we had a good interview. It was a great interview. The radio hosts and stuff are really, really awesome. And yeah, then they broke the news and I I couldn't speak. I couldn't find words. I was like, I was just like literally shaking. Right. And it's funny because for the next week or two, they just looped every couple hours on national radio, me going, thank you. And I sound like an absolute idiot, but it is what it is, genuine reaction. But yeah, it definitely didn't feel real for a long time. And I think it's finally starting to sink in a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's just really, really cool to just be driving on a road trip and hear your song come on the radio,
How does that feel though, when you're driving and you hear a song come on the radio? That's so surreal. It's like you made it at the same time, because that's what you try to do. All you artists try to do for so long. And then when it finally happens, it's such a surreal feeling.
Right. Yeah. No, it definitely, I mean, hearing it for the first time, I was actually on vacation with my girlfriend and her family the first time it got played on the highway. And I was freaking out. It was just so many years of work into that one moment. Right. And so that was really awesome. But I think, just hearing it randomly,
Mm-hmm.
I just would get in the car at 6 a.m. going to the gym, and then the song would just come on. And it's such a crazy feeling. And I think the craziest of all those random occurrences was literally the day that I found out that I was a Highway Find. And I was going to meet my friends later that evening to have a couple drinks, celebrate. And when I turned on my car, it was playing, and I was like, wow, it was one of those pinch me moments. This is legit, because it still didn't feel real. I don't think at that time.
Well, I'm all the way up in Canada, and I've been hearing your songs on the radio as well.
There it is.
Yeah,
I love it. I got to get up to a Boots and Hearts or something at some point. That seems unreal.
You have to. I'm so shocked that nobody's reached out to you yet.
I'm going to be honest, Celine, we have not gotten a whole lot of festival or fair or really any shows come through. Hopefully they come through more often now. I've gotten word that since the highway stuff has happened, we've gotten more and more looks for things. But yeah, man, I really just want to play festivals. That looks like so much fun.
You know what? Oh, sorry, Tyler. Go ahead.
You're good.
No,
I got a new question.
Go for it.
All right. Well, speaking of things going on, before we came on here and started recording, you told us about a big event you got going on this week. So by the time this is out, it'll have already happened. How excited are you to go down on Music Row and host an hour of Sirius XM?
Dude, so I'm doing the Music Row Happy Hour this weekend on Friday, actually, Friday evening. It's this cool, I've been listening to it for years, and it's they get a whole bunch of Sirius XM, the Highway fans, into Margaritaville on Broadway, and they just pack it in, and they host a live radio show from there, and they have guests come in and stuff. And so I'm going to be kicking off the show, I think, this week. And so going down there, I don't even know what we're going to do. I'm going to plan to sing a couple songs, but who knows what happens. It seems to be pretty rowdy. And with just a wild crowd that's been drinking pretty much all day, you never know what you're gonna, get into.
Hey, it
have-
sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah, right.
If only me and Tyler were coming down on the Friday, then we could have totally stopped by and saw
Right.
that.
You could have come in. I don't even listen. I am excited for it, but I also have no idea what to expect. But I mean, it should be a really fun time, electric crowd, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Do you have any shows for next week?
Not in Nashville. No, we try to play in Nashville like once a year, if even that. Because it gets tough if you do it more than that. But I do have a show this weekend in Greenville, South Carolina,
Oh.
that I'm doing. So again, that'll already have happened, I think, when this comes
Yeah.
out. But yeah, the shows are pretty scarce this year. I've got word that again next year we got some stuff going on. But as far as this year, like I have the show this weekend in Greenville, and then I got 3 in Colorado, and that's pretty much it for the rest of the year. Like as far as like real shows go.
It's okay. You can live the rest of the year casually and relax.
Casually, and I
Yeah,
see,
just
you know,
chill.
I think that, and then you know, every day it's like I wake up, I'm like, oh, I finally have an off day, and then it's like this gets thrown, it's just things just pop up, and I'm like, all right, never mind then. I guess I don't, you know.
It's okay.
But yeah,
Busy's
no,
good. Busy's
Yes.
good because before we weren't busy and nobody was doing anything, and we kind of took everything for granted because we said before, I hate being busy. I want to just relax and stuff. We did
Right.
that for quite a while. So now it's nice to finally get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, no, definitely busy is definitely good. That means that things are working out a little bit.
Yes, for
I know.
sure.
I hate like just having nothing to do. I like being busy.
Yeah.
So boring.
I'm like the guy that even if I don't have anything to do, I find something to do. So I guess I'm never really not busy, but there's some busies that are better than other busies.
Well, at least you can be productive at all hours.
Right.
I could say the same.
Wait a second. Before we continue and chat some music, we were talking about the gym. You just said how you'd wake up at 6 a.m. and you hear your song on the radio. Gym. Let's talk about the gym. What's your favorite part to work out?
Gym. Yes. So me and a couple buddies, we go and work out every morning at 6:30. And it's one thing I couldn't do it by myself, but I feel like with a couple dudes, you know, you feel bad not going. You know, you feel like you're letting somebody down. So it gets me out of bed and going because it's up to me. I'd lollygag and get there at about eight or 9. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. Definitely not legs, 100% not legs. Probably like a chest. Chest is easy. I like that. I like to bench, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, one of my buddies, you know, I talked about how I got 2 guys that I go to the gym with. One of them just tore his Achilles like 2 days ago. So he got surgery today. So he will not be going to the gym with us for a while. Yeah, tough luck there. But yeah, it's been really good. I'm really grateful that we started doing it at 6:30 instead of we used to do it at 3:30 p.m., which was terrible because rush hour and all that stuff. But yeah, it definitely makes me more productive.
Yeah, for sure. And leg day is a complete write-off.
Well, I mean, I do it. I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but I ran track in college.
Yes.
And so we did legs like 3 days a week. And so like I was always doing legs. And so I feel like I always do legs at some point in the week. It's not, but yeah, I definitely don't like it. And since I'm not working towards anything, it really sucks, you know, because I used to like do it and be pumped up to do it because I wanted to run fast. Now I just like want to not turn into like big on the top and little stick legs. So it's just like, that's my motivation to just not look like an idiot when I'm all like, you know.
That's the worst. You can really tell when a guy does not do legs when their body.
But I'm like
looks
hyper
that.
conscious about it because I ran track. We did like so often that I'm like, I got used to like that physique. And now it's like, I don't work out like that. I don't run like that. I don't lift like that. It's like, so now I'm starting to get a little bit of, you know, stick legs, and it's not really loving it. Not really loving it.
It's all right. Leg day sucks.
Leg day sucks. Nobody likes leg.
Guys,
no guy likes leg day.
No.
Hang on, no guy likes leg day.
Leg day's the best day.
See, I feel like, okay, I think I had this debate with somebody before. A guy's like chest day is a girl's leg day. Like guys love doing chest, girls love doing leg. It's just how it is. You know, that's just how it is.
It's like girls are stronger in their legs than guys are. I can guarantee.
I feel like if I don't start doing legs more often, I'm gonna be stronger with my upper body than my legs, which is not good.
For sure.
Your legs are gonna be so weak that you're gonna be too heavy up top with all the muscle that you're not.
I'm just gonna start falling over everywhere. I'm not gonna be able to walk.
I love how this conversation just took a complete detour.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now welcome to our workout podcast. with your
Welcome.
co-host.
Well, Chase, you got a new single out right now called Hurt No More. I thought you could talk a little bit about it with us. And for those who haven't heard the song yet.
Yeah, no, so Hurt No More, really cool how this song came about. So off the first record, Missing You, which I think might be Celine's favorite song, or was at one point.
It still is.
Well, fun fact, didn't write that song. But some guys that did are really, really great. And one of them, I was playing a show in Raleigh, North Carolina, and one of the guys that co-wrote Missing You came to that show, and we were just talking about what he's been working on and songs and stuff. And I was like, hey man, like I'm gonna go in and record some new songs soon. If you have anything else that feels like Missing You or something like that, like let me know. And so he played me like 6 songs, and they were good. It's just it wasn't what I was trying to say. I'm trying to grow from the first record and say something a little bit different. And so he was like, well, I got this other one that's like halfway done. If you want to listen to this one. So I was like, yeah, sure. And so he plays me Hurt No More, and it's the first verse and chorus. And I'm like, dude, this feels great. This feels like a freaking hit. I was like, I'm like begging you, like, please let me finish this with you. Like, go ask the other writers, whatever. And I will cut this. And so he asked the other writers, they said, yeah. And so I wrote down like a second verse, or like the first draft of the second verse and second pre-chorus and stuff on a plane, and got together with Taylor on speakerphone for like 30 minutes and wrote the rest of it. And yeah, it was really cool. And I feel like if I didn't cut Missing You off the first project, Hurt No More wouldn't be the lead single off the second, And I later figured out, fun fact, after recording it, I got a call from my manager. He was like, do you know who the writers were on this song? And I was like, no, I just know that, Taylor and I wrote that second part, but I don't know who wrote the first part. And he goes, well, I just got a call from a publisher saying that Kane Brown was one of the writers on that first part. And I was like, oh, sick. So I guess Kane and I wrote a song, which is nice and cool for me. Big fan of him. And so, yeah, one of the cooler moments I think that's happened so far.
It's pretty darn cool.
Yeah. And so now on Spotify, you see all the writers, and me and Kane are next to each other.
I mean, the song hasn't been out for too long. How does it feel having it out in the world, having new music out there for people to listen to?
Yeah. For the first time in, what has it been, like 11 months? Finally have something out. And it feels great. It was like weird when I was because I didn't, like, there's a lot of work that goes into putting out a single, and I sort of forgot about that. So like release week came around, and it didn't really feel like it was release week. Thankfully I've got a great team around me, and they've taken a lot of workload off of me that I used to do a lot of, when I first started. So that might've been why it didn't really feel like release week. But now that it's out, it feels great to be able to like push something new and to have fans be able to hear some new music. I know that like some of the songs have been out for like 2 years. And so it's nice to have some new stuff, and we've got a couple more recorded. Just don't know when those are necessarily coming out yet, but it's just really nice, and it's doing really well. And I'm glad to see people are liking it and streaming it and all that stuff.
Oh, the song is awesome. And there is something else about the song I know Celine really wants to talk about, and it has to do with the music video. So
the music video, I love it.
No, I was just gonna say I read that you were supposed to star in it, but then you changed your mind because you suck at acting.
Yeah. Oh, facts. Yes, that is exactly why. No, so the original idea was like, oh, like, well, you can be the guy, and then we'll just hire a female actor. And I was like, well, one, that seems awkward for me to do, being the fact that I'm in a relationship and stuff. That felt weird from the rip. But also, I would be wasting everybody's time because I am not an actor. And so I was like, I don't want to detract from the idea that like this song could be about anybody. There's a lot of like autobiographical moments in it, but like it could be about anybody in any situation. I don't want to put myself as like the subject and people be thinking that it's like about my life necessarily when they're watching the like music video. I want them to see like just the scene being played out of the song, not like me doing it. I don't know. Anyways, seemed like it would convolute things a bit. But also I was just like, why not just get somebody who trained to be an actor
It's
and
their
I
job.
could just sing. Even though like when I'm performing in the music video, that is like acting, right? Like I'm like emotional and I'm looking like I'm distressed and stuff like that's like acting, right?
Okay, yeah, half.
But
It's like half.
I mean, there's so much like great footage that they shot that day of the like actors. And I was like, I could have never have ever even began to capture what they did. You know, there was like a scene in there where they were in the kitchen dancing around and stuff. But there's like 20 minutes of footage of them doing stuff like that. And it's just, I was like, this is so good. I was like, we could make a whole short film off of like what you guys are doing. And fun fact that I realized when I got there was they had already done a movie together as like the two main roles. So they're like chemistry and friendship and all that was like dead on from the rip. And they had already hung out for many, many hours, and already was on screen together. So it was like they did act like a couple because they were already friends, you know?
The chemistry is already there, but it's
right.
pretty
It
amazing.
wasn't like strangers meeting and being awkward and stuff, which I don't even know if they would be. I feel like actors are used to that. But they were already friends when they walked in. So like worked out really well.
Yeah, well, the music video was great. I watched it, loved it, loved the ending. That was the kicker.
You know what's funny? I didn't realize that the ending would be like this aha moment. It just like kudos to Sam, the director. I mean, he did such a great job with that because up to this point, it was sort of like me and my videographer friends sort of heading up the music video idea. But it was mostly just performance videos. There were no actors really. We didn't really have the budget for that. But this is the first time we got like a real director and we did a real music video, and testament to him. I mean, he did such a great job, and there's so many like hidden things. I will watch it. I've seen the video 100 times. I'll watch it again and be like, oh wow, like I didn't see that the first time. There's so many details, so many things just connecting well. And yeah, the end, I didn't realize that it was going to be like one of those like aha moments at the end, until I was doing the interview of the article that I think you read earlier. And she was like, the end, I thought he was going to clean up the house for the girl to come over. And then he hands her the box of all of her stuff. And I was like, I always thought he was cleaning up her stuff and handing it to her. I didn't even think that it could be portrayed that, and so, I mean, such a great job and really fired up about it. And I just hope that people get to see it.
Just to validate that point, that's what I thought at first. Like I thought, oh shit, he's cleaning the house because she's coming back over.
He's about to fall into it again.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it looked like. And then when you saw like the two different videos,
I'm glad because that's so great. That's so great. And I know that if I talked to Sam, he would have said, that's how I planned it the whole time. And it's like, I mean, he did such a great job. And that was the first time we had worked together. And I'm like, man, I want to work with you every time now, It was so good. And I mean, and at the end, he was like, okay, so I'm going to have him hand the box to her and give her a hug. And I was like, no, sir, there are no hugs being shared after that. Nope. I was like, he needs to hand the box to her and that just needs to be it,
Yeah. Well, that was a great music video, and we're excited for more music videos because like you were just saying, new music. You don't know when, but can you give us a brief, like what they could be about? Like, are we thinking breakup songs,
definitely.
love songs, party songs?
Definitely no more breakup songs. Breakup songs are done for now. I can't, authentically sing, I can't authentically write new breakup songs, and like I did an interview for the music video, and I was talking about like how, this most recent single, Hurt No More, is, about getting to the other side of those like bad relationships, and of going back when you shouldn't and putting up with things that you shouldn't. And that's like me, I put up with so many things in past relationships that I shouldn't, just because I didn't want to let go. And so that's cool that this is now like one of those songs that's like, I'm letting go, I'm putting my foot down. And I feel like that's a great segue from Intertwine, the record, where it's like mostly breakup songs, right?
Yes.
And then, transitioning now into, like more authentic stuff, more mature songs. I started writing Intertwine when I was like 20, 21. I'm 26 now, right? So it's like, I'm like older and I've lived more life and I'm grown up. And so, the next single is a love song, like straight up love song, wedding song, like something that I have not done before, but I'm so excited about. And it's something different for me, but it's very mature and I think it's like really, really great. And I'm so excited about that one. And then just some more like what are the other songs? More some like, I don't want to say edgy and like people think it's like rock or something, but the subject matter is a little bit more edgy, I think, and has a little bit more attitude and stuff to it, which is cool. But breakup songs are done for now.
That chapter is closed.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to, I always write from a real place, and even when I was writing Hurt No More, it wasn't like I was living it in the moment, but I pulled from things that happened in the past. And I always want to sing from a real place. And so yeah, this new project, whatever it ends up being, is definitely going to be more mature, definitely more like lovey type songs, no more breakup songs. So
Well, Chase, with this new love song coming out, if it's going to be a single to country radio or whatever down the road, you will probably need to have a music video for that. So it's my job in interviews to ask the stupid but yet really important questions. So when you finally act in this music video, since you're gonna feel okay being in a love song music video, when you act in this video, if you had to pick 3 actors that you pick as your biggest influences for you taking that stage and getting getting in front of the camera,
right.
who would they be? Especially when you get that Oscar.
So I got a couple. Okay, well, one manly. I'm gonna stick to one. All right, Ryan Reynolds. That is, if I had to act, that'd be the guy that I wish I could just harness. I wish I could harness his like acting skill. No, so fun fact, we are planning to do that shoot, and I am not in it. I'm not acting in it. We decided, that we're gonna get actors again because it went so well the first time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? But one of the co-writers that I wrote it with, we're trying to get him to be in it too, as like one of the main like actor guys. And so I don't even know if we've asked him yet, but it's there's like a role of a like pastor or a like minister or something in this this video, and I was like, it'd be really cool if he was the guy, so just cool, like full circle moment. He wrote the song, he's in a bit, I don't know, I think it'd be something he'd want to do too, so hopefully.
But this would have been the perfect opportunity for you to do this music video with your girlfriend and then your
Yeah,
daughter.
oh my God. Yeah, if she
Come
had
on.
any desire at all to be in front of any sort of camera, no. Well, so my like original thought for the video, which I might still do this for a lyric video or something, we can look down the road in 5 months and be like, oh wow, it really happened. But I was thinking about doing like taking all this wedding footage and just sort of like compiling it together, like my parents' wedding footage. I have the video on a flash drive of their like wedding years and years ago, right? Like 30 years ago. And then like for my friends and stuff, like I just wanted to compile like a bunch of people in my life, compile their wedding footage together, and then have like me singing in a church or something. I don't know, and just have it cut through that. But we might still do the compilation for like a lyric video or something. I think that'd be like really cool. Because I do want to showcase that. I think that's a cool take.
Yeah, that's a really awesome idea.
But this idea that we have for that song for the video is, I think, going to be really sick. And I'm like really fired up about it. We just have to shoot it soon, which is why I'm talking about it, because it's sort of like a right now thing for me, because the fall colors are really cool. And so we want to sort of capture that. And so, but yeah. But in the meantime, stream Hurt No More.
Yes, for sure. Stream that. Chase, you've had a lot of success since the last time we chatted in a formal interview, which was, I believe, March of 2021, or no, 2020. I think August of 2021. It was a while ago. Let's just say that. You've grown a lot and you've released a lot of awesome songs, and there's so much on the horizon for you. And we're so excited to see what's next in store. But as an artist, I mean, as anybody in any career, there's always that one piece of advice that you just live off of, and it keeps you going and going. What's yours? What's a quote that you live by?
Man, so I got a couple, and so it all stems back to my sports background. Like I was mentioning before, I don't know if it was before we started or what, but I did run track in college, and that means, I ran track in high school, middle school, stuff like that too. But my high school track coach that really got me to start taking it seriously, he just would drop some wisdom, and it was just all about like, those like the like idea that you can do anything if you want, as long as you work hard. And I think there's just some really great like quotes that he had, but really, just great work ethic and mindset that he instilled in me. But I mean, one quote that I've always lived by is, "Don't let small minds convince you that your dreams are too big," which is a great quote, and I love that. Then also this more simple, but yet still like very powerful, is uh, sacrifice a little bit now to have a lot later. And that was one
Mhm.
thing that my coach would say. Because I was talking about like, I don't even know, like maybe it was like partying in college or something, and he was just like, he pointed at this professional track athlete and was like, "You think he cares that he didn't party in college? He's traveling the world running track, right? He's traveling the world doing what he loves, making a living, and
Mhm.
he's like, sacrifice a little bit now to have a lot later, and that's very true. And if you want to be successful, you got to do things that people aren't willing to do,
Mhm.
and it's like when I was in college, I didn't party that much, at all. And it was one of those things like I wasn't really popular amongst my friends for doing it, but I had other goals in mind, and
Mhm.
it's like working out, and I sort of carry that with me through other aspects of life too.
Those quotes should be put on everybody's wall. Like just like on their forehead so everybody can read that because
Mhm.
it's so 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 true. You have to sacrifice a lot for where you want to go at the end of the
Right,
day. And everything
right.
happens for a reason too. That's something that I always like stand by. I mean,
No,
there's
absolutely, absolutely. No, and I'm the most firm believer of that, and it's like as long as you keep your faith
Mhm.
and truly believe that everything does happen for a reason and trust that process, great things happen.
Yep.
And I've seen it happen in my own life. Things happen that could easily get you down, and you could easily start to doubt yourself or doubt what you're doing, and just keeping that faith and realizing that, yeah, this is part of the plan. Leaning into that only leads to better things.
Yep. You must always have faith. Never, never lose it. That's one thing.
Oh,
Never
well,
lose.
I there
It's
there are definitely times where I get frustrated, and definitely in the past I haven't always kept my faith as much as I should, but recently I definitely have, and there are tough things come up and things that frustrate you or get you down, and I feel like, yeah, me keeping my faith and trusting in that process has definitely helped further things.
Yeah, no, for sure. You have to it's normal. Like everybody goes through rough patches. It's totally normal and it is easy to lose your faith. It really is. But
Right.
you got to keep reminding yourself like don't
Right.
lose
And
it.
and it's yeah, and if you feel like I feel about what I'm doing, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. Like this is my like purpose, and I
Sure.
believe that about you guys too. And it's like
Yeah.
um and and I think that the work that y'all put in like displays that too. And so yeah, I'm if like you believe that, then there shouldn't be nothing that keeps you down. Yeah, things could frustrate you. You hit a bump in the road, but that's just part of it. Like if it was
Mhm.
easy, everybody'd do it, right?
Yeah, that's so true.
Hey, you know what's easy? And it's for everybody out there watching this. You better go follow Chase on Instagram and the rest of his social media
You're right.
platforms.
That is pretty easy. All you gotta do is click a
Pretty
little
easy. All you
button.
gotta do, yeah, just the blue follow button. Just do it.
Tyler,
That's it.
you have to plug us too. You can't just plug Chase.
Yeah. And
Why?
I don't
He's
care
the
if you
artist.
follow us, but follow Chase.
Well, thank you so
Hey,
much, Chase, for joining us today on Country to Country. Tyler, why don't you close us off?
sure thing. Everybody, go follow Celine. She's hungry for new followers.
Thank
You
you,
can follow me
Tyler.
if you want to. I don't really care. If you like country music, I think you'll be happy following me. That's all I gotta say.
There it is.
Follow Chase. You won't regret it. One of the best up and coming voices and artists in country music. Chase, it was a pleasure having you on here on Country to Country episode 3. From Canada to Georgia to Nashville, we say goodbye and good night.
Thanks, y'all.